Europe has a problem. But is Africa the answer? Let's talk about Serbia. It's a beautiful country with a rich history, but it's getting old. Fast. Their birth rate is low, and many young Serbians are moving away for opportunities elsewhere. This has created a demographic crisis. Think of it like a family dinner table where the grandparents outnumber the grandkids and there aren't enough young people to cook, clean, or even just bring the energy. Projections show that by the year 2030, more than half of the country will be over 45. This isn't just a social issue, it's an economic one. Who will drive the buses? Who will work in the factories? Who will build the future when the future has already left? So Serbia came up with a plan. A big plan. They looked across the Mediterranean and saw Africa, a continent bursting with youth and energy. In a move that made headlines in July 2025, Serbia signed an agreement with Ghana. The deal is straightforward. Serbia will issue 100,000 work permits to Ghanaians. For Serbia, it's a solution to their labor shortage. For the Ghanaians who go, it's a chance to earn money and gain experience. On the surface, it sounds like a win-win, but when you start to peel back the layers, you have to ask a very important question. Is it really a win for Africa? This isn't just about Serbia and Ghana, it's a pattern we see emerging across Europe. As Western nations face aging populations, they are increasingly turning to Africa to fill the gaps. The relationship is framed with positive language, like partnership and mobility. The Ghana deal even includes educational exchanges and cooperation on technology, which sounds great. But we have to be careful. We can't let the immediate appeal of these deals blind us to the long-term consequences. Are we solving Europe's demographic problems at the expense of our own future? Is this a partnership, or is it just a clever way to outsource a crisis? The narrative is that this is a renewal of old friendships, harking back to the days of Nkrumah and Tito. It's presented as mutual respect and cooperation. And yes, positive relations between Africa and Europe are something to celebrate, but friendship should be built on equal footing. A true partnership is one where both sides are building their own strength, not one where one side provides the building blocks while the other provides the labor. We must look at these agreements with open eyes and ask the tough questions. Is this deal truly helping Ghana build a stronger nation, or is it just helping Serbia patch up its own? Let's be clear about something. Europe's aging population is Europe's problem to solve. It is not Africa's responsibility. It feels like we're being asked to bail out a ship that we didn't sink. For decades, Africa has been working hard to educate its children. Families sacrifice everything to send their kids to school, to university. They dream of their children becoming the doctors, engineers, and entrepreneurs who will lift their communities up. They invest time, money, and hope into creating a skilled generation that can solve Africa's own challenges, from healthcare to infrastructure. But now, just as this generation is ready to get to work, Europe is knocking on the door with job offers. And who can blame a young person for wanting to go? They're offered a steady paycheck and a chance to see the world. But when we export our brightest minds, we are exporting our future. This isn't just brain drain, that term is too gentle. It's a brain robbery. We are losing the very people we need the most. The ones who were supposed to build the hospitals are now staffing hospitals in other countries. The engineers we trained to build our roads are now designing highways somewhere else. Think about what it means for a continent to constantly lose its most valuable resource, its people. It's like a farmer who spends all year growing the most amazing crops, only to sell them all away and leave his own family hungry. Africa has the youngest population in the world. This youth is our greatest strength. It is our engine for innovation, our source of creativity, and our power for economic growth. When we send our youth away, we are turning off that engine. We are giving away our competitive advantage for a short-term fix. The deals are often dressed up as opportunities for young Africans to gain skills they can bring back home. But let's be realistic. How many actually return? Many build new lives, start families, and put down roots in their new countries. While we should be happy for their individual success, we have to mourn the collective loss. We cannot build a prosperous Africa if our most capable citizens are building prosperity somewhere else. We need to stop viewing our people as an export commodity and start seeing them as the foundation of our own future. Africa's youth should be building Africa. The impact of this brain drain isn't just an abstract economic theory. It has real everyday consequences for people on the ground. Imagine a small town in Ghana that finally gets its first clinic. The community celebrates. But a year later, the only doctor gets an offer to work in a European hospital for 10 times the salary. So she leaves. The clinic is now just a building. The nurses are overworked and people have to travel for hours to get basic medical care. This isn't a made-up story, it's a reality playing out across the continent. We train healthcare workers who then leave, creating a void that is impossible to fill. It's the same story in almost every sector. Think about education. We need brilliant teachers to inspire the next generation. But when our most talented educators are lured abroad, who is left to teach our children? Class sizes swell, the quality of education drops, and the cycle of underdevelopment continues. We lose the very people who are meant to break that cycle. Or consider the tech industry. Africa is buzzing with digital innovation, but we need skilled software developers and IT specialists to build that ecosystem. When they leave for jobs in Europe, our tech hubs struggle to grow. This creates a paradox that is incredibly frustrating. African nations invest heavily in education, but the return on that investment goes to other countries. We pay to train a mechanic, an architect, or a scientist, only for them to use those skills to enrich another nation's economy. It is a massive transfer of wealth, disguised as aid or opportunity. We are essentially subsidizing the workforces of developed countries. We are paying to solve their labor shortages while our own needs go unmet. It is a system that keeps Africa in a state of dependency. The loss is not just about skills, it's about leadership and mentorship. When experienced professionals leave, they take their knowledge with them. They are no longer there to mentor the next generation, to start new businesses, or to become the community leaders who drive progress. A society is like a complex machine. It needs all its parts to function correctly. When you remove the most important cogs, the skilled, the educated, the ambitious, the entire machine starts to break down. We are left with a society that is always struggling to catch up because its best runners have already left the race. So what is the solution? It's not about closing our borders or demonizing those who seek opportunities abroad. The desire to build a better life is universal. The solution lies with our leaders. African leaders must shift their focus from managing brain drain to creating brain gain. They need to stop signing deals that export our talent and start creating compelling reasons for our talent to stay. This is not the easy path, but it is the only path to true, sustainable prosperity. We cannot rely on quick fixes that mortgage our future. This means investing in our own people, right here at home. It means creating a business environment where entrepreneurs can thrive. It means building industries that create good-paying jobs. It means strengthening our universities and research institutions so they become centers of excellence. When a young engineer sees a future in her own country, she won't feel the need to leave. When a doctor is given the resources to do her job effectively, she will be proud to serve her own community. We must create an environment where the best opportunity is the one at home. This requires vision, courage, and a deep commitment to the continent's future. It means fighting corruption, which siphons away the resources needed for development. It means investing in infrastructure, reliable electricity, fast internet, and modern roads that allows businesses to grow. It means believing in our own capacity to solve our own problems. Sending 100,000 workers to Serbia is an admission of defeat. It says we cannot create 100,000 jobs here. We must reject that thinking. We have the resources, the people, and the potential to build economies that rival any in the world. The future of Africa should not be decided in the boardrooms of Europe. It must be forged in the cities, towns, and villages of our own continent. The path to prosperity is not an airplane ticket to another land. It is the path we build for ourselves with our own hands, for our own children. Let this be a call to action for every African leader and every citizen. Let's invest in ourselves. Let's build our own industries. Let's create a continent so full of opportunity that our greatest minds will choose to stay and build with us. Our future is in our hands. Let's not give it away.